You won't believe the craziest thing that happened during my Uber ride. I got in, the driver smiled, but something felt off. Then, halfway through the trip, I noticed the doors wouldn't unlock. That's when I realized I wasn't alone in the back seat. Ride-sharing has completely changed the way we travel. Quick, convenient, and usually safe. But sometimes, it leads to the most unexpected experiences. You never really know who's behind the wheel, or who might be in the car with you. I thought I was just taking a normal Uber ride that night, but what happened next still gives me chills. It was late, and I had just finished hanging out with some friends. I called an Uber like I always do, nothing unusual. The car pulled up, and the driver seemed normal enough. He even greeted me with a friendly smile. I got in, checked my phone, and settled in for what I thought would be a typical ride home. First, everything seemed fine. The streets were quiet, just the occasional streetlight passing by. But a few minutes in, I noticed something strange. The driver kept glancing at me through the rearview mirror, almost like he was studying me. His smile had faded, and his grip on the steering wheel tightened. Then I tried to roll down the window. It wouldn't budge. I reached for the door handle, locked. That's when I noticed something even more unsettling. The route on the Uber app didn't match where we were going. We were heading in the completely wrong direction. My stomach dropped. Something was definitely not right. My heart started racing as I watched the little blue dot on my Uber app drift farther and farther from my actual route. I leaned forward, trying to keep my voice calm. "Hey, I think we're going the wrong way." The driver didn't answer right away. He just kept staring at the road, his fingers gripping the wheel so tight his knuckles turned white. Then, in the eeriest, most monotone voice, he muttered, "Shortcut." A shortcut? Down dark, empty streets with no other cars? My gut told me to get out now. I pressed the lock button on my phone, pretending to text someone, but I was really taking screenshots of my location and sending them to a friend. That's when I saw it, movement in the rearview mirror. Not from the driver, from the back seat. A shape, a shadow. Someone was back there with me. I barely had time to react before I heard it. A slow, ragged breath right behind my ear. I spun around, my chest tightening. But the back seat, it was empty. At least that's what I thought. Until I heard a whisper. "You shouldn't have looked." My blood ran cold. That whisper, it was right next to my ear. But when I turned around, no one was there. My breathing was shaky as I pressed myself against the door, my fingers fumbling with the lock. It wouldn't budge. I looked up at the rearview mirror again, and that's when I saw it. A face. Pale, sunken eyes staring right at me from the darkness of the back seat. But when I spun around, the seat was still empty. "Let me out," I shouted, my voice breaking. The driver just smirked. "We're almost there," he said, his voice eerily calm. But where was there? I did the only thing I could think of. I pretended to call someone. I put my phone to my ear and said, "Hey, Dad." "Yeah, I see you waiting outside." That's when the driver's face changed. His grip on the wheel loosened, and suddenly he swerved back onto the main road. A minute later, we pulled up to a gas station. He unlocked the doors. I bolted out without looking back. But as the car drove away, I saw it. The backseat window was still fogged up, with the shape of a handprint pressing against the glass. That Uber ride still haunts me. The wrong route, the eerie driver, and that whisper from an empty back seat. I'll never forget it. I always thought ride-sharing was safe, but now, I triple-check everything. Always share your ride details, trust your gut, and if something feels off, get out while you can. Have you ever had a creepy or weird Uber experience? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your stories. And if you love chilling tales like this, check out my other videos for more spine-tingling rides and terrifying encounters. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because trust me, the next story is even wilder.